there right now. We interviewed a couple of guys that work there right now, work in the haunted house that they got set up in
Yeah,
there.
they got the spirits in an uproar since they did the Halloween attraction.
I mean, the one guy, Rick, he's always in there making all kinds of improvements and moving stuff around. And the first time I went in there and they were just working on it, I mean, he was just screwing some boards together. Next thing you know, a board just all of a sudden, all by itself, flew across the room.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
That happens to me all the time. And upstairs on the far northwest side is a big bedroom, and that's where Patty lived. And they said she had 9 personalities.
So it'd be on the right side when you walk in?
Yeah, if you're going down the hallway upstairs,
yeah.
It'd be on the left, on the northwest corner.
Oh, okay.
And she had
That's the room they said that they never want to go into. And they work there.
Yes, that would be, I believe that the spirits were bothering her. They said that she had 9 personalities.
Oh.
She went by tit or tat. Her name was Kathy Mathis. Bernie was mean. She would come downstairs and slam the drawers on her own hands, and I believe it was a spirit that was in that room.
Yeah.
I
always affecting her that way?
Yes, I always had bad vibes there. And
I see in that room, first room you talked about, I walked in there and I was like, I don't want to be in here.
Yeah.
This is like painful for me to be in here.
Yes.
I'm sort of a medium too. So
yeah, I'm an empath.
I get those vibes, you know what I mean.
Yes.
You walk into a certain room and it's like, no, I can't be in here.
Yeah. Down in the basement area of it, just nonstop stuff happens, and I managed to find some pictures that I took of the residents that were there. This is Wayne Payne, and he didn't talk, but he'd go, oh, blah, 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 blah. He would be talking up in a corner, and a lot of these people have passed away, and I believe that the majority of them went back because they didn't have visitors, because it used to be an insane asylum.
So he would just mumble and groan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's strange because when we were in we were in that jail cell section that they had for the criminally insane.
Yes.
And there was a loud moan, like it was right next to us, and that's kind of what it sounded like, was someone was trying to talk but they couldn't talk.
I bet it was Wayne.
So that might have been him.
And we got this is Eva Bixler. She had passed away, and she lived upstairs. The ones that lived upstairs could basically take care of themselves.
Right.
And I think she fell down the stairs, and she never had before. She had great balance.
Ooh.
And I told her to go upstairs and change her pants. And I went into the next room where the double wide doors are before the stairs. They were open, and I was helping another CNA help an elderly lady, and when we was trying to set her down on the porta pot, we heard a loud crash. Something pushed her down the stairs.
Pushed her down the stairs?
She landed flat on her back, laid her forehead wide open to the skull.
So the place is already good and haunted by the time you guys got there.
Yeah.
I mean, it opened in 1911, so there's a lot of time between there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this happens all day. This was in the daytime too.
Wow.
And we got.
See, it seems like most of the stuff that I've had happen in there has happened actually during the day too.
Yes.
It's strange.
It happens 24 hours a day.
They're up and moving around, I guess.
Yes. And this is Josephine Harris. She lived to be 100 years old. We tried to get Channel 10 to celebrate her birthday, but they wouldn't do it. And she is from Germany, or was. And I believe she's there because she passed away. And this is Natividad. She went by Natty. She's a double amputee, and she's ornery. I believe she's there.
I would be
now.
too,
And
honestly.
she likes to pinch you, pull your shirt, or like flip your hat. If the man has a hat on, she'll flip your hat just for attention.
So we had one person that said he was getting his shirt tugged on. So that's interesting.
I was so glad that I found these pictures.
I'm glad that we've investigated there before talking to you, and we're going after too. So.
I got goosebumps.
It's going to be like our regular place to go.
Yes, and this is Ruby Reed. She was a sweetheart, and she wasn't there very long. But when Buddy, the owner, had passed away, so I don't know if she would be there or not, because these other ones, these guys have been there for years.
This is so strange because you've seen a spirit box,
Yes.
right? And you've seen the apps for those and everything.
Yes.
Well, we were running a lot of those different spirit box apps. We all have our own favorites, and one of them said Ruby at one point when we asked for a name.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's interesting.
I believe
Wow.
that you might hear it. There's a Bonnie, I don't remember her last name. She had passed away while I was working there.
Really?
And she could very well be there. You know, and if you see, my Bonnie lies over the ocean, my Bonnie lies over the sea, she will see me.
I'll remember that.
She sang that every day. You know, she was in they call it the TV room, and the TV didn't work. You know, but it would kick on by itself.
Was that right in the front area?
Yeah, when you walk in the front, be on the
left.
Yeah, on the side. It's on the left,
Okay.
and from the nurse's station,
Okay.
it's the second room.
It's
on
kind
the
of
left.
hard to navigate it the way it is
I
now with what
know,
you're telling me,
that's-
because it's all sheeted off and everything.
Yes,
for
I was
haunted
afraid
house.
of that.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's
You
over
walk in there and
by
it's
that.
like little hallways, but it's a really giant
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, it is.
For as the size it is really
Yes.
huge on the inside.
Back where in that back part, you'll see the bars, you know, on the windows.
Right.
That's where they had that was their kitchen and dining room when I worked there.
Oh.
All kinds of stuff happened to the cook, and she stuck it out. I wouldn't have, you know.
I
Stuff
heard that one of the
looked
cooks is still
quiet.
there in the basement, so we set up a camera down there in the kitchen. We didn't catch anything.
Yeah.
But I could feel like I felt like there was someone down there.
Yes, because there
And
was
it
an
was
older
just
woman
like
before.
they made it home.
Yeah,
So they're not
I believe
leaving.
that most of these people are there
Yeah.
because that was their home.
Yeah, when
Because-
you think about it, I mean, they're down and out. They can't take care of themselves. Their family
No.
can't do anything for them. But this place
No.
is going to take care of them until they're gone.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yes, and,
I'd be
they
attached
were-
to it too.
Yes, I so attached to him, and we lost Junior Reedy. I've got a picture of him somewhere. I thought I did. This was our quadriplegic, and he wasn't too polite. You know, he might be a pincher, you know, or a poker.
Okay.
You know, he would get mad when you lift him out of his bed. And well, there's a better picture of Eva Bixler. She's the one that got shoved down the stairs.
Okay.
You know, we had
Yeah, that hurt.
we had it. Oh, it did. Oh, here's Martha Wright. Me and my best friend Mila used to work there for years, and she was a little short. You know, she's about as big around as she is short, but she had these black steely eyes. And I took my son over there. He's probably 7, 8 years old, and her eyes would just reach the counter, right above the counter. And she'd wheel that wheelchair, and he's like, "Mommy, keep her away from it. Keep her away from it." Yeah. But she was ornery, you know. So if any honor is going on, it would be Martha. You know, she liked to, you know, move things from you.
I just realized you're wearing your name tag from there.
Yes. To
That's
prove that I
awesome.
was there, you know. Cause
So it was Mccann Manor was the name while you were there.
Yes, it
because
used
I
to
know
be
it had a few
Mccann.
different names.
Right, it was Mccann before it became McCann.
Okay.
I don't know what it was when it was an insane asylum.
Right.
But when they did away with them, that's when they made it a nursing home. And these guys were all mentally challenged.
Yeah.
So they, like I said, they didn't have no visitors or anything.
So my
So
investigators.
they had got attached to me. Garland Stewart was one of our new ones, and he was
She's got pictures and everything, man.
yes, he was a Golden Glove boxer, and he come in, and for some reason he had a white girlfriend, and I never seen her, but he kept following me, and I was the only one that could get him away from Huey Dant. Huey Dant's another one that mumbled, and he couldn't talk. And now Junior Reedy was a Down syndrome. He was 65 years old, and he passed away there. And you would hear every so on, no, no, that would be him.
So he could talk, but that's
That
pretty much
was
all he would say was no.
Because he didn't like Huey Dant.
All
you
right.
know, because them two did not get along. And Garland, he's the only one that managed to get out of there without sounding awful long. And it took 5 of us to hold him down, and he took one look at me, grabbed my hand, and I got him back in the building. The next weekend, his girlfriend showed up, looked a lot like me. You know, and he might be there because he was lost, like a lost soul when they brought him there.
Okay.
You know, and he just like blended in with everybody. There was a black gentleman. I didn't get all my pictures out of I've got like 20 photo albums.
More than I was
but
expecting today.
I was glad I dropped
got
a
all the
box
Christmas
and told my brothers that I gotta have at least some of these pictures, because
That's awesome.
these were the residents, and this is Angie. She was one of the nurses that worked there, and she had a lot of experiences. Nancy Youngblood was my charge nurse. She taught me everything I know, and she would trick me because Suzanne, another CNA, would have me cheat with the wrist blood pressure cuff, and Nancy would walk up, yank it out of my hand, and point to her watch, and I'd get it right.
So, when we were there last time, you spent a lot of time upstairs, right?
No, I was mostly down the cells.
Okay. One of you guys has spent a lot of time upstairs. I think it was Mike.
Mike was upstairs. Yeah.
Because she says one of these ladies was pushed down the stairs at one point while she was
that
working.
would be Eva.
So I'd be careful running stairs. Just
Yes,
saying.
Eva Bigford.
Just fair warning.
But this lady here, she had no problems with her balance, and I sent her upstairs. She had wet her pants, and told her, it was always a game with me and her. I just waddled on her back and said, "We don't want to see your naked back." No, there she is. She was a quiet little lady, and she had like a whine in her voice, but as sweet as could be. There was one lady that, I believe Josephine Harris was there. She was from Germany, and none of these people had family members to come and see them.
She was from Germany. Thank you. Listen, check this out. So while we were there, you can see this on our TikTok later. We had one of our investigators was singing a song that's in German. And the song was literally just a recipe to make the certain type of food, and the spirit box said food after he got done singing it.
That was her.
That would be what was her name?
Josephine Harris.
Josephine Harris. Okay.
Josephine
So
Harris.
we've got confirmation right there that one of them
would be her.
definitely did speak German because
she was from Germany, and she didn't speak much English.
Well, and something being upstairs that doesn't like you, that makes sense, because when I did the haunted house there a long time, remember I told you we heard doors slamming up there.
Yeah.
And there was nobody.
That happened all the time.
That's
and,
great, because that just went from evidence.
Upstairs was another, like a nurse's station, but that was for night shift. They would just sit there and watch TV while the residents slept.
Yeah, we found
and when I worked there, they weren't there no more. But the upstairs telephone would ring, and everybody's in bed.
I got to spend more time upstairs tonight.
Yes, yeah. Upstairs
Rick kept trying to get me to go upstairs, and I'm like, I don't know. There's nothing interesting up there. It seems like, and there's just that one room that I don't want to go into. So I don't know.
That's Kathy Mathis's room. Yeah, and you do. I always felt like almost like upset, and somebody not happy that I'm in that room. And then Kathy would change, from titter tat to, when that lip would curl out, she's like, yeah.
The room on the opposite side of the hall from hers, they said that there was a little girl seen up there.
Yes.
And really?
There used to be, back in, I think it was the 40s, I was told that a little girl would come and see her family member in that end and would sing to her grandpa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so glad we got to talk to her.
Because
I got the little girl vibe from that room.
Yeah.
But also that she didn't want to be bothered.
Right.
Like maybe she's in there with somebody and she doesn't want us to bother.
She's in there with her grandpa.
So she's in there with her grandpa.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you the name because my friend Mila is the one that told me, and she knew more about the history, but it was in the 40s. So she
back
would
when kids that age would suddenly die. So, yeah.
Yes, and they've had people come up missing there years ago, and there is a lot of activity. In that where the barred windows are, that was the roughest part when it was the insane asylum, and that's where they converted it into the kitchen. And that's where the cook had a lot of problems.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
And then you come through the dining room.
That's me. I wouldn't want to work in there.
Exactly. The chairs would just slide across the floor before we could even get the residents out of the bed and into the dining room.
Wow.
And Mary Powers was one that she spoke to somebody. And you never heard her talk, but you in the mornings and at night you'd hear her looking off in the corner,
like she's talking to herself,
talking to somebody. Yeah. And she passed away there. And she had stomach cancer and never complained. And all they gave her was a doggy set, you know. Like,
That's all?
that's it.
Wow.
You know, and I felt so bad for her because
Must have been a
her
really high
stomach
dose.
was like a basketball, hard as a rock.
Oh,
you know,
no.
and never complained.
Wow.
You know, she was just sweet as could be. And I was telling him about there is Miss Bonnie. And you see downstairs and upstairs. Well, she was downstairs in the bar.
It's a song we can sing, get her to sing along.
Miss My Bonnie lies over the ocean. She sang that with me every time you know go down the hall or go to the bathroom or take her to the dining room. And, you know, she was our Miss Bonnie, and you start singing it, and she would sing it with you.
I would love if we could get that recorded.
I would love it if she would sing for
would
you because
definitely
she
have
had a
to play it
beautiful
for you.
voice. You know, she was just the sweetest person. Yeah, that one's Henri. That's Natividad. She went by Natty. Yeah, she likes to poke and pinch, pull your shirt. Sometimes she'll flip your hat. You know, Feliciano is her last name. You know, and there's just about 3/4 of it is a lot of activity.
Question, while you were working there,
Yeah.
was the cemetery out front being used for people that passed there, or was that
Yes.
something? Oh, so there were people
Yeah,
that
well, it
passed
was
that
a
you
saint
knew
asylum. Yes.
that are buried up front there.
Yes.
Wow, it is in that front corner.
Yes.
Right? Okay, just making sure.
That's what I was told. You know, and that makes sense.
I mean, that's something we're trying to confirm too, because I mean, we can go out there with ground penetrating radar and stuff
Yeah.
and see if there's anything under there. But there's also other ways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's what I've been told all my life.
we
you
could
know.
do that if we wanted to.
And I've been here, you know, that area since I was 10. You know, I heard about Mccann.
Anyone I've asked said, "Oh yeah, there's a cemetery on the property," because I mean,
Yes.
the people couldn't afford to live; they couldn't afford to die.
That's right.
They had to put them somewhere.
Yeah.
So
And
they're
nobody
somewhere.
would take them, so that's why they ended up over there.
Right.
You know, and you know, like I said, everyone was mentally challenged, and we had Larry. Look what I'm holding.
Here we go.
Natty. That stopped when I pulled her out. Told you she's ornery. She's mad at me because
Because you took the picture out.
no, when I was working, Nancy told me before she left that they got to smoke cigarettes like 3 or 4 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
She got in trouble, and Nancy
Caught smoking?
specifically said she could not have her cigarettes that day, and she threw a temper tantrum. Well, she went to Ruby Reed's son-in-law, and I got in trouble because you know he was complaining about me for not letting her have a cigarette. I said she can't. I was told her she cannot have one, and so she went nah. So when I took that picture out, she nah me again because she got her damn cigarette. Tim and his wife snuck her out the back door so she could smoke a cigarette, and it's against the law for another, you know, patient's or resident's family member to wheel another member outside.
Right.
You know, so nah back, Natty. She was a sweetheart, but she very ornery. You know, well, as you can see, she just, she shut your phone off.
Yeah, I've never seen her do that before. I'll record for hours if this thing goes hunting.
Oh wow,
Sometimes
that would be
and
her.
it won't do that.
Yeah, she's
Not-
very ornery.
Never.
I didn't
Put it
even
off
realize it until you
mid-interview.
said that, and I'm like, oh, I just took her picture out, so it would have to be her. Because
Wow.
my husband, well, I lost my son when he was 17 in a car wreck,
Sorry.
and when my oldest brother went to Florida, I was supposed to go with him, and last minute I told him, no, I'm staying home. And that's how I felt on an impact, is I felt him hit the culvert, I felt his last breath. And he was supposed to be, wasn't even supposed to be there. He thought I was in Florida. Well, he showed up at the village, and somebody else driving his car. And I chased him down and said, "Decourt now." And he come in, and I told him, I said, "I don't know what's going on, but you go home." I said, "Anything, you drive behind this car, go anywhere but home, something bad's going to happen. If you was in your right mind, you'd know what I'm talking about." And I gave him a kiss, and I said, "I love you." I said, "I love you, Mom." And as I turned around to go back to my apartment, I could hear him cussing me out, and I went right back. Not one word. I made Michael drive him home. Not one word about me. Shut up. You're not going to get the last words. I love you. Go home, or something bad's going to happen, and I'll talk to you tomorrow when you're straight. He said, "I'm going home, Mom. I promise I'm going home." and then I fell and hit that culvert. And
Never went home.
I went to the for look at his dad was going to bury him with just pine box. He dropped the insurance on our kids, and so did my second husband, Great Dane. You know, it was wasn't too much money, and you know the checks they wasn't hardly living off the checks anyway, and so I bit my lip so hard, and I don't know why. But Esther, my ex-mother-in-law, showed me Dusty's grandpa's casket, and to the right of it, all I seen was Going Home and Doves in Flight. It was the most beautiful casket I ever seen in my life. My second youngest brother bought it, and it was metallic dark blue, and it had brass, solid brass, and Doves in Flight, and it said Going Home. And I did not realize it until after the fact, you know. And I had to go to the minister about it because I kept telling him I was going to self-combust. My body temperature was boiling. That I just slid by sliding glass doors and bit my solid gold rings. You know, I had to like got them off. And my sister made me go to down there right in the middle of nowhere, and he walked in and he's like, "Do you do drugs?" I said, "Well, I smoke marijuana." And Cindy had a heart attack. I'm like, "Cindy, you know, I believe in a higher power, so if there is a Lord, I'm not going to lie in his house."
Right.
You know, no, I'm not going to get condemned for that. So that's when he said, "You made your first step." And since I, adjusted to it and looking back and all this, and my husband does show up. My son takes things from you, and if you don't say, "Damn it, Dusty, give it back," you'll never get it again. Mm-hmm. And my brother didn't believe me, and he just bought a tube of anti-itch cream, and it was sitting on his computer desk, and we went just to Speedway down the road from our house, and he come home, and, "Where's my cream?" And I laughed, because, well, that would be Eros, Dusty, or Shiloh, and or Brett, and I said, "Well, the way to find out if it's your nephew," because Jerry was Dusty's favorite uncle, and he was in my ear the whole time, waiting on Jerry to come back. "When's Uncle Jerry coming, Mom? When's Uncle Jerry coming? When's Uncle Jerry coming?" And I looked at Mom and said, "Your grandson's driving me nuts." She's like, "Jenny, you're going crazy." I said, "No, I'm not. This funeral's not over till the last family member shows up." The second my brother pulled in West Central Village, Dusty said, "I can rest now." And Jerry, wouldn't do it. I said, "You gotta say it." And I walked out, and Jerry went to the kitchen, come back. He was white as a ghost, and his cream was sitting in the middle of the floor right by his chair, unopened. And he said, "Damn it, Dusty, give it back."
Sounds like you got a gift there.
Yes.
But a lot of people have told me a lot of stuff that sometimes it ends up being bullshit, but
yeah,
it sounds like you got a gift there.
I've always felt like it was cursed,
Yeah.
because I always grew up thinking it was a sixth sense, and no. I knew when my husband had his motorcycle wreck, my first husband, he had a motorcycle wreck. I kept dreaming. I dreamt it 3 times. It was like I was on the back, but I could see him driving it, but it wasn't me. And he had Roxanne Sutton from Clay City. She was on the back of the motorcycle. And when I went through Ashboro over here, around the S jog, he was parked on the motorcycle and in front of a car. I wasn't paying attention. The hood was up. And I come into Brazil to the bar just to try to get him home because he was alcoholic. And that's when and I'm like, "No, I'm not talking to Bernie. I'm titter-tat. If titter-tat don't want to talk to me, then Bernie, you go away. I'm not talking to you." And I get a firm voice. "Okay." I titter-tat. And she's like, "Yeah. All right, you got too many clothes on. You need to take your medicine." And I could talk her into taking her Ativan to calm her down, because she would go ballistic. You try to take her clothes off, and finally, one by one, we got her clothes off. But Bernie would try to come out again, and nope, only titter-tat. And she would talk to me and do what she told. But
Seems like a fun place to work.
it was very interesting because you never knew what was going to happen.
Right. Every day's different.
Yes, because when we
don't
lived
like
in
it
Bowling
boring.
Green, we lived in a house that was almost 200 years old, that was drugged by the slaves along the Eel River. And when we moved out, the people that bought it, Dad told us straight up, "Do not use the fireplace because it's not safe." And they did, and they burnt the house down.
Oh no.
And that house was haunted. It was a brothel, a saloon, and it was a boarding house, where you could spend the night. And yeah, a lot of stuff happened there. And I would love to get on that property. I would love if you guys could get on that property,
That'd be
because
great.
there was a robbery that went bad, and it was a woman and 3 men. They were to meet up on our property at that house, and 2 of them didn't make it. She did. The money's buried on that property.
I know the place you're talking about, right outside of Poland.
No, right as you're coming into
Right.
Bowling Green.
You go towards Bowling Green, and it's right there
It's-
from Poland. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get in there
it's the lane
for like
just
20 years, trying to
the
figure out
first
who
lane
owns that
south.
property.
It's a quarter mile, and yes, there is treasure.
Yeah, I
money
heard
is
John
buried
Dillinger
there.
put his
Yes.
treasure there. I just went to see his grave
Yes.
last week, and I was telling my wife about that. And I go, I know where the money is. It's in that building, but I can't get in there.
It's not in the building. It's not in the building. It was in the pasture.
Oh, okay.
Every
So he's
time-
hidden it out on the property.
Yes.
Okay.
We had mom and dad bought 80
This is
acres.
crazy. 2 of my cases are colliding.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, they had 80 acres, and every time we went to get in the truck, it'd be a beautiful sunny day. And as we're going down the lane, the clouds are, kind of coming in. Dad would open up the gate, and the second he'd close the gate, here comes the clouds getting darker. And there was this tree in the middle of the pasture, which we've been to it so many times. Me and my oldest brother know where it's at. But by the time we start digging, it's raining so hard you can't see in front of your hands. And we'd have to pack up. There was 7 of us kids, mom and dad. And mom got a little piece of cloth, was as close as she could get. Because every time you go out there, we'd jump back in the truck, and as we're heading back out of the pasture, the sun's back out. Will not let us in.
That's insane.
We tried at least a couple dozen times. But
Like he's
every
got some
time,
supernatural force protecting the treasure.
very, yes, it is. It was as close as we got was mom. It was a piece of burlap sack. Is what it was.
That's
They're
something.
the old time money bags.
Yeah.
And there was a covered wagon in one of the barns that had caved in. Right where we lived, there was an underground tunnel that they snuck the slaves through under the Eel River.
And was that the bank robbery in Greencastle?
I'm not sure where the bank robbery was. I just know that they were to beat up.
Because
where
I know
we
Dillinger
lived.
was passing through
Yes.
and robbed that. It's on a plaque out there on the
Yes,
wall.
and he stayed at our house several
Square.
times. When he was in town.
Man.
That I did know. There was a lady that lived on up the hill, and she knew the history of Bowling Green. When we walked out of our pasture, we're right in front of the sign that says "Welcome to Bowling Green."
Right.
But yeah, we never could get to where that money was at.
Wow.
And then working here, there is a lot of activity, and it's been going on forever because of the way they were treated.
Right.
Even when I worked there, they weren't treated that great.
Yeah.
There was only during the day there's 3 CNAs for 30 people.
Yeah.
We had days
That's
we
some
had
rough
the
days.
baths to the ones downstairs, the ones that could take care of themselves. They got night shift. Did their showers, but. I believe Junior Reedy would be there because he was Down syndrome, and he was in his 60s, and he'd been there for over 40 years.
Wow.
Same way with the German lady.
Yeah.
And Eva, I believe that she would be there, because she'd been there for a long time, and Martha Wright. Miley used to say that when she walked, when Miley worked there, she could walk they used to be able to walk the grounds, and not when I worked there. And she would sit down on the concrete, and she'd grab insects and take a straight pin and stab them or split their wings. And I used to tell her, I swear you murdered somebody.
Serial killer behavior.
She'd just look at me and smile with her steely black eyes. She's, I'm not saying. I said, I know you're not, because you get in trouble.
Oh my God.
But yeah, she was ornery, and I believe she's there. I really do. But yeah, these are the ones that, part of them.
Any of them that aren't just, really attached to the place, that maybe they just don't realize to leave?
They don't know
they
to
can
leave.
leave?
They don't know any better because they had that same
That's where they were taken
routine.
care of, so that's where they stay.
Yes. Yeah. Because if you messed up their routine, you messed them up, the whole day. Because they have to have the same thing every day by the same time. And like Josephine, she would be one of the last ones we'd get up because she was so tall. She was 6 foot tall at least, and she's stiff. So we get her in a jerry chair and had a tray on it. Take her to the dining room. And those were the ones that we fed, And Patty would be another one. If she's passed away, she would be ornery.
Cool.
She would beg me to feed her, and I tell her, well, I got to finish with Miss Bonnie first. And Nancy, the nurse, even told her, Patty, you continue to eat, and when Regina's done, she will feed you. But you smack her, you're on your own. And by the second bite, she would pop. And thank God my reflexes were quick. She likes to hit.
Okay.
Her feet were like her toes were curled under, and feet like literally goes like right up, or it's got like a high heel in the back and no on the bottom. It was very hard to get her shoes on. I think that was why she was so mean.
It's just something interesting about the Josephine thing. When he was singing that song in German, I don't know why he chose that spot to do it, but do you remember where he did it? There was something painted on the floor that was, I guess it was intended to be a pentagram, but it was actually a Star of David. It was a 6-point star.
Oh, wow.
So it was a Jewish symbol, Star of David, which is strange that he was singing in German, and she's German, and they were doing it on top of a Jewish symbol.
Wow.
And she decided to go ahead and
sounds
interact.
like her room.
Yeah, so, hi. The squirrel just won't go away.
Oh, yeah. Everybody that walks the track feeds the squirrels.
Oh, okay.
What was the name of the guy that would have the flashbacks?
That would be Larry.
Larry.
I don't remember his last name.
Killed his twin brother.
Yes.
So when me, the new guy,
Terry, correct.
the new guy we had the last time,
Right. Yeah.
me, him, and Brannigan were downstairs.
Okay.
We kept getting things coming through about troops.
Troops. All right.
Yeah. Like it said troops.
And again, this was at night once he starts having his flashbacks.
It said, I remember it said troops, and then the next one was like soldier.
Yeah. A lot of military
That's
stuff.
when he got lost in the woods. That's what he was trying to find was his troops.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to find his soldiers.
He got lost, and he was only maybe
his
10 feet into the woods, But he got scared, so he didn't move. And so when we started yelling for him, he got confused of which direction we was at. And I'll bet it would be Larry.
So we wanted to try, maybe try to use some military terms after night and see what happens.
Yeah, there was a black gentleman that he seemed normal, but very quiet. But I guess he was into drugs, and he even admitted, he had burns on his arms and a couple on his face. But he might very well be there because you probably would smell cigarette smoke from him. He loved his cigarettes.
Was his face disfigured by the burns? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the guy I saw. Okay. See, there was, I think it was a spot
Everybody
in the basement.
says I've lied all these years. And
hold on, this is going to blow your mind. So there was a torso down there, like a mannequin torso, sitting on top of, I think it was a barrel or something. But I turned out of the corner of my eye as somebody's flashlight hit it and lit it up. And when I looked at it, I saw a guy with a disfigured face for like a flash, and was like, "What was that?" Because that's not what's there.
Him.
There's a lot of props in there that are like that, but this was just a mannequin head and a torso. That was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing on it, no mask or anything like that. But I saw a disfigured man's face. Yeah. In front of that.
That was probably him.
Oh man.
He was a very kind man.
This whole interview is giving me chills. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
there's a lot coming together.
The basement is very, very dark. It always has been. That's where we're supposed to have our lunches. And
I've heard a little bit. Mostly it's upstairs and back that way where you guys are setting up now.
Yeah.
Well, that used to be the facility area down there. That's where all the staff had their break room and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. That was where the offices and everything were.
Is the fire alarm system there?
What's that?
Is that the fire alarm system?
Yeah, that thing's more antique than I am.
Wow. That's old. Look at that. Huh.
But when I raise granddaughters, granddaughters, they won't even go in that area where the laundry room was because she's like, nah, there's too much crap back here.
Wouldn't be the first laundry room I've had that happen in.
Because like I'm like, yeah,
She won't go into jail either.
Yeah.
The same one won't go in the laundry room?
Yeah.
She won't go into jail. She said something grabbed her in the jail one time.
Daggone.
Grabbed her.
Damn. I've been in that jail long enough that I felt something grab me, smack my back, or pull my costume. You're looking around, you're standing in the middle, like, okay, you want to play?
Right.
That's where I'm at with it anymore. Doesn't even faze me anymore here.
Yeah.
I've been in worse places.
Yeah, like I'm completely comfortable. Like my first time at the sanatorium, I had somebody give me a tour like you guys are doing now, and we went and sat in what was supposedly the worst room up on the 5th floor, which is where they kept the criminally insane on the 5th floor. And there was a bed there, and I was like, man, I could just lay here and just stay the night. Like, I really could just spend the night in this room and not even care. I feel just fine in here.
Right.
But there's some places there that are not fine. But that one, I was just fine to sitting there. And it was weird.
Everywhere in here except for the one room upstairs.
It was 502.
That one, yeah, 50. I know exactly where
502, the guy hung himself out the window from the radiator or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt just fine in there. It was weird. They said I was the only person to feel fine in there.
I've been in that room before. It's just on and off thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've ran around folklore of Indiana for years. I helped write some of the folklore books. That's sad.
Really?
I can tell you about a lot of folklore around here that I could actually disprove a lot of it.
Yeah.
Hell's Gates, that's a joke.
It's just a bridge. People just make things up. Anything that does happen, it's usually
I know
because
exactly what happened.
they've thought these things up and manifested it themselves.
I know exactly what
I think
happened to
there's
Hell's
like-
Gates.
So many people believe in
KKK out there
something.
now, ain't they?
That's what they say.
The guy when you go through the bridge, up the hill that comes out and talks to people a lot. He's supposedly in the KKK.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He seems nice to me, but I'm a white guy, so
I know him, but I know how Hell's Gates got started too. So
really,
Crazy.
unfortunately,
how's that?
it's called trapping and throwing your furs up on a bridge when two people are fucking in a car by the bridge.
So somebody scared somebody, and then it was Hell's Gate from then on. Okay.
There's a little bridge there. We used to trap that creek all the time.
Yeah.
And they were drunk. My Uncle Jerry fell off the bridge, broke his leg, screaming and yelling. People turned their lights on. They were in the car fucking. Seeing dead animals laying all over the bridge, all over the ground, because they were just throwing them up there, trying to get my Uncle Jerry up, because had his leg broke and was drunk, and they were all drunk, and
Wow.
that's how Hell's Gate started.
Sort of similar to Fortress Bridge, which is just full of bats. And it was a taxidermist with a goat head to scare people off because he didn't like the noise from people partying there.
Spook light. Nobody will see spook light ever again.
Why's that?
Because we demoed the mine shaft that was open.
Is that what it was?
There was gases coming out of the mine.
See, that's what I kept saying. I took all kinds of gas detectors out there and everything to detect it because I'd smelled gas, natural gas, going across the road before when I was out there years ago. And I got a gas detector to go and see if I could get any readings. There was nothing anymore.
We dropped that mine in 97.
So it was the mine.
Yeah, we dropped the mine in 97. We blew the mine because it was an open shaft.
I knew that's what it was because it looked like a flame coming down the road towards me.
Yeah.
But then we started walking
It's
towards
not
it,
flame, it's just the gas.
and it took off.
You get the gases coming out of the ground. They're not burning.
Yeah, it's just gas itself.
It's just glowing.
It glows,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It glows, and it just kind of like it blurred as it moved like a flame.
It'll
But it
glow
was just
green,
gas.
and if you hit your headlights on it, it'll turn it red because you give it superficial light. It's just talk to any miner.
So
they'll tell
you
the same
activate
shit.
it with your headlights. Okay, yeah. See, now I got a picture. That
Now
I
the
need
goat man, that was real.
Yeah, he's really there.
Oh, I know. Me and my sister used to go out there and fuck with him all the time.
Yeah, and see, like I said,
He'd come up and butt naked, jump on the hood of the car. I'd throw bottle rockets at him, and
when so many people believe in something, it's the phenomenon is called a tulpa. They create this thing
urban
called a
legend is what
tulpa,
it turns into.
and these things manifest and start to become real, but they weren't real to begin with. Like the goat man.
Before bridges and bridges burnt down, you used to hear horse and buggies go across it in the middle of the night.
Really? The goat man at Four Arches. Before I knew what that was,
alive.
I took a picture out there, and there was this smoke that you could see underneath the bridge, just right underneath.
That's
the top of the
way
bridge.
That bridge is designed. It holds the water moisture in there, and it comes out like water droplets and turns into a fog.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Man, I like him. But you
I'm
can
a
see
scientist too.
You could see mine and my friend who was there with me, his name spelled out in this vapor, I guess you'd say, this fog. You could see Patrick and you'd see Matt, and I was like, what is this? I have these photos somewhere I can show you. And you look really close and you can see a goat man head formed out of this stuff too.
That's crazy.
So maybe it was just that we believed it manifested it out of what was already there in the atmosphere.
Four Arches had a train when it was first built. A train derailed going across it, and it was one of the old locomotives that had passengers on it, and it killed 32 people at the bottom of the bridge.
At Hell's Gate?
No, Four Arches.
Four Arches? Okay, yeah. See, that one I found proof of. They say the same thing about Hell's Gate, and that never happened. That I could find proof of anyway.
There was a train
I thought a girl died there.
Huh?
I thought a girl died there.
Not Hell's Gates.
No. What? Not a little girl?
No.
Then that's fake then.
There was a train that derailed at Hell's Gates. It depends which one you go to. Everybody says, "Oh, this one, that." No, it's
yeah, they say there's like 7 or 8 of them now. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 5 down through there, but
yeah,
it's just no. There was a train that derailed, but it was a freight car hauling logs. Nobody died on it.
So nobody was there. It was just logs.
Hell, that was back in the early 50s. I'm not that old, but I'm from that area.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Diamond, so.
Oh.
I live in Diamond. In that old store that used to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still there. The yellow building. Not the
church now.
Yeah. I used to live in there.
Okay. I remember when I was at the store, I used to love to go see Mr. Butler.
Yep.
1:30 in the morning and get a Mountain Dew and a sandwich.
See, now I really can't explain that photo at Spooklight. Because it showed up in a photo.
That's crazy.
We didn't see it, but it showed up in a long exposure photo coming down the road.
They say that there's gases still come out.
It's probably just too faint to see with your eyes, but the long exposure could see the light from it. But it's still just glowing gas.
It's just gas out of the mine shaft. The old man used to dig coal there.
Huh. The story sounds so made up. I knew it had to be. And there's spook lights all over the place, so it has to be something natural.
Stop sign Mary. That's where the little girl was killed.
Oh, okay.
Where's this?
It's right down the road from Spooklight.
Really?
You know when you're going towards Spooklight coming off of 59 where the road
On the
wise?
same road?
Yeah.
Where the road wise?
Oh, yeah, where it
There used
splits
to be
off?
a stop sign on this side. You used to be able to run up and down county line.
Right.
There used to be a stop sign coming this way. They've changed it up now, I think.
Yeah, I think it's one coming this way.
So right at that intersection?
You could stop there at certain times of the year. The little girl, I actually had an article on her. I did a thing for school. It was a horse and buggy, and that's when automobiles first started coming around. And they were going home after something in Carbon. I think they had a big get together in Carbon.
Yeah.
And they were going home back over towards Smocksville. And supposedly a car come around and hit the horse and buggy. Or carriage. Killed her. So, a lot of people say, oh, it's the girl that fell off and got her head right off and her dad's out there. Or she's trying to...
Oh, he's looking for her, huh?
It's not that.
So
that's what they say Spooklight is.
That happened at the intersection, though.
That's
where she actually
but that
died.
happened at that intersection, but that's what they say Spooklight is her dad looking for her head.
Mm-hmm.
But
You have told me more in like 30 minutes that I've learned in 30 years. Because there's so much misinformation online. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, online is stupid
Yeah,
anyways.
I tried to go to libraries to get information like this, but nobody kept track of it.
There's a book.
You got to talk to
Several
people.
books.
Yeah.
I helped write 2 books. So,
I have one in my truck. I wonder if you wrote that one.
first edition and second edition, so 2 I helped write.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stop Sign Mary. I can't explain that. In between 12 and 1, go down the gravel road, get your car nice, go wash your car. I mean, wash that so much good. Go down the gravel road, get your car dirty. Come back up the other way. Stop at the stop sign. Pull forward, just past stop sign. Stop. Back up a car length back. Pull back up the stop sign. Sit there for a few minutes, and then leave. Go somewhere where you can see lights, and you'll see handprints on your car. I have not figured that out yet.
Wow. That's one of our stops on our tour Friday night. That's the first one, actually. So we're going to stop and do that now that I know. That's insane. The same things happened to us out at Mccann Bridge, which is total bullshit, too. 5 years it took me to figure that one out, but I figured out the story behind that and that it's not connected, really. That actually was a story from Portland Mills.
Center Point. They're not even, I don't even know if there's a folklore in a book or anywhere. Cemetery out Center Point. If you sit in certain areas, they say it's this reflection of lights coming off of different things, and you see apparitions and things moving around.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there, it's not apparitions, things moving around. It's the clouds blocking the moon in and out, reflecting off of gravestones. But it does make it look like shadows walking through the graveyard.
That's pretty cool.
100 steps is not what it was when I was a kid.
We were there not too long ago. And
they redid the stairs.
Yeah, the steps are brand new, but it still sounded like somebody was walking down the steps after we got to the bottom.
No, it used to
that was pretty weird.
If you go up steps, if you count so many steps, you go back down, you'll be short 20 steps. You're walking to hell.
So if your count's different coming down.
When the old steps are there, you could not get the same steps going up or down. You could run it 100 times, you'd never get the same steps.
Wow.
But then they redid it, and it's lost its glory.
Oh, that sucks. Another one of my guys went out there before us, and he said the same thing. Nothing happened. There's nothing going on there. But when we went out, it sounded like somebody was walking down the steps after we got to the bottom.
So, I've heard different things out there, but it's not. Yeah, 100 steps ain't what it used to be. I'm trying to think of what else. Can't go to the one bridge because a cousin of mine burned that motherfucker down because it scared him so badly. He tried to burn Bridgeton down too because of horse and carriage. Wow. Get burn Bridgeton down, but you don't hear it anymore. Some people say you can still hear it, but I haven't heard it in a long time. The old White Bridge, you could sit there and you would hear horses. There's not a horse anywhere nearby. It's all cattle. But you'd hear horses neighing. Going across and come up to the bridge, you can hear horse hoofs hit the bridge. So, but that bridge is no longer there. It's a regular bridge now.
Yeah.
God damn, there's so many different places around the area.
Someone told me there's a Sasquatch in fucking Staunton, man. They like,
it's a fucking black bear.
Like, dude, you like go out there, man.
That's a bear.
we went out there, we stopped. It was all dark. Next thing you know, our car lifted up, and then went down, and we left, and there was a big old paw print.
Did you tell them quit smoking whatever they were smoking?
I was like, I don't know, man. Like, whatever.
There is a.
Let's go out there. We went out there and nothing.
There is a black bear working this way around Staunton right now.
Is it?
Yeah. It's been all over Facebook.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys are.
Black bears have been around this area for years, even though DNR says they're not.
Oh yeah, they're slowly moving up this way.
Oh, they've been in Park County for.
And they said the same thing about bobcats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we have so many bobcats around here.
There was one in Citydale not too long ago.
The first time the game warden told me when I was a kid that there was no bobcats in Indiana, I said next time he gets in my chicken coop, I'm shooting some bitch and you can come pick it up.
We have wild boar here in Indiana.
You ain't going to shoot that. And I said, yes, you are. I said, you'll see. I called him the next morning. You want to come pick up this bobcat? You can't shoot us if it's tearing up my farm animals.
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's your property if it's messing it up.
We got
Take it out.
armadillos now.
Yeah, that's the weirdest one. Armadillos. Where the hell did they come from?
They fall off the trucks.
Fall off at trucks. Okay.
They're
Coming
like
down south.
awesome.
Yeah.
You got them all down south.
Hang out underneath
they
the trucks.
get into semis, flatbeds, stuff like that, and they can ride long trips before they fall out.
Huh.
So I mean, they're just migrating with their food source too. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
A friend of mine's wife ran one over a couple months ago, and I was like, "How, you ran over what? When did those get here?"
that's a hard ass hit too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It messed her car up bad.
Yeah, I know there've been bears. I've seen. I can take it Park County up around Rocky Fork, and there's been a bear up there for a long time. Have you heard of the Devil's Grave in Rocky Fork?
No.
In Rocky's Fork, if you're driving down the road, you'll see and I'm pretty sure you can't trespass in there now. But there is a rock that is set off the hill, but it looks like your footsteps just burn into the rock going up it.
Really?
You go up to the top and stuff, and you'll find a concrete coffin made. Supposedly that was a devil's grave. When the rock broke, it opened up and he came out.
Huh.
Somebody had to make that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wager the footprints are just wear and tear from people going up and down that damn rock for many years.
Yeah.
Shit. You got the old lady that stands at the dam at Raccoon, what used to be Raccoon Lake. She stands at the bottom of the dam. It was an old woman. She used to stand down there and had a D net and she'd catch fish. And they said when she passed away, she still shows up periodically to catch fish. I've never seen her.
Wow. Wow. A ghost fisherman lady.
No, it's just residual. If it is
Probably.
it's just residual. Just her
It is a
spirit's
thing.
still there.
Yeah. She spent a lot of time there. Makes sense.
I've seen more shit in my lifetime than I'll ever see in my life.
Yeah.
Most people will ever see in their life. But I have too many demons that follow me around anyways.
Don't we all?
You have no clue.
Two of my best friends were. I mean, I lived with them, and they both died from something tormenting them. I think.
Well, I spent time in Iraq. I spent time overseas.
Oh shit.
I've been with the prisons for a long time. I was on CERT. I was on squad. I've seen deaths in the prison. I've seen deaths. I've picked people off the highways.
I joined CERT there for a minute.
Huh?
I only made it to one meeting and all that, but CERT, that was pretty interesting to me.
Oh, I was on CERT for almost 7 years.
The search and rescue and all that. It's just, that's pretty cool.
CERT, your high valued. I was a sniper in CERT at correctional facilities.
Really?
I do search and rescue now. Anything good?
I don't know, atmosphere effects.
Huh.
Creepy crawlies.
Haunted house sounds cool.
Is it still good?
Yeah, the bottom of it is, yeah.
I used to bump those in my car as a teenager. It's
I'm
fun.
gonna have to put that in my truck and drive home with it.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead. Spooky sounds.
Is this a movie?
Halloween. No, I don't think so. I think it's like,
This is a movie.
is it?
Yeah.
MP3s.
Hmm.
Huh.
Weird stuff.
I'm ready to get out of here. I got a band shift in about 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, I'm heading out as well.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta go back
Oh
to
yeah,
your hut.
gotta go.
Yeah, I've got to be at the firehouse by 5. I got to be on shift.
How we get out of here?
Oh, me, because Rick's got to grab his pillows, go out too. I've already got up except for one.
You guys have been so awesome.